The Nerlin Nerds podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulpery Media presents Nerlin Nerds with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the pop culture topics that interest us and those minor details that irritate us.
Matches. The other thing I liked about this, it was like a Hitchcock movie where they blatantly would show you something like the red key.
Oh, or
the letter opener.
They showed you the MacGuffin.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The pack of matches on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you pay attention because they're gonna come back.
And it ends up being meaningless, but yeah.
Right. But they get in a super intense moment. Like I was, as they're trying to pull the carpet back.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, just pull the carpet. So she did, and then I laughed out loud when the matchbox was too big to go under the door. I was like, yes, perfect.
Well, and then and then when they start trying to light the coat on fire, and then of course they don't realize like their coats are soaked.
Yeah.
Because they were standing in the rain for
8 minutes.
Yeah.
Having a conversation. That's when she wakes up, rises from the dead.
Yeah.
That scared the fucking piss out of me.
Yeah.
Like right there, and says something about clouds and
was a conductor.
Yes, and it's not real.
Right. And which of course, like in the moment, you're going, "Oh, she's talking about like the afterlife is not real."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I went,
the writing was so good in that movie.
And then that thing's just.
Well, and then that's when Hugh Grant comes back down and he escorts her back up to that little
the room
keyhole.
Yeah. Yep. I brought the prophet down.
Yeah.
It did its thing. I'm bringing it back
up. Take her back to Harry Potter's bedroom.
That's exactly what it looked like. That's exactly what it looked like. And then he comes back and he's asking them questions again, like interviewing them post-experience.
Yeah. He's doing an exit polling.
Yeah, like he microdosed them. He was like, okay, tell me how you feel now. Okay, what did she say? And they just saw whatever the fuck they saw. And he's just... His facial expressions, like my daughter would say, he emotes a lot.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, I mean, like... Yeah, that's part of his character is selling that, like, oh no, like, I'm not a crazy murderer.
No.
I'm just inquisitive.
Oh, we forgot to tell. So his job was, or not a job, he was writing a paper about religions.
Yeah.
And what ties them all together. But apparently he just lost his fucking mind. Going, all of this shit is the same. What fucking matters?
Well, I mean, that's what's presented. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was because they made a point.
Yeah, like I mean, it logically builds on itself throughout the
unprompted. He gave them that information.
I mean, even all the way to the end, there's not one part where I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. No.
It was like, oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which leads to, Emo's sister getting a nice, swift, small cut to the jugular.
They thought that they were tricking him.
Yeah.
One of them was behind him, one of them's in front, and you were expecting her to stab him.
Right.
Like they had discussed, and Emo chick got her throat slit.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, I mean, that was a surprise because that was when you're not thinking he's, as an audience member, you're buying into this like he's just inquisitive,
right?
And you still don't know where the prophets are or whatever. So,
but he keeps explaining things.
Yeah.
And no, he went down there and slit her fucking throat.
But then when he dug the I want to say prophylactic, but when he dug the
IUD,
or whatever the one that goes in your arm is called,
yeah.
But the birth control device, That was the one I was like, oh.
But he's telling her this whole time that, like, she's going to come back. Just gonna...
Yeah.
And then he digs it out and he's like, this is why. And he put it down and...
And I absolutely loved that, like, that was a dig or just making fun of the people who believe in simulation theory.
Yep. Oh, yeah, because he went into that, too.
It talked about NPCs and that's why she's not coming back because she's not human. She's an NPC. And
also, you know, it is another dig because she was the one who was on birth control. So
right, yeah.
She couldn't ascend to the next plane.
Yeah.
That's a fucking fuck you there.
Well, and
yeah, NPC, God.
Yeah, like, so, which I hate that shit. But anyway.
So do I. Fuck the living in a simulation. Give me some fucking. Give me.
But the
Y2K proved that. I debunked all of that. So just be quiet.
But then the other.
They sit down and have a conversation. Like, remember, he pulls up a bucket and she sits down. And that's when they have the conversation about the one true religion.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. And she figures out
the prophets and like how he did that. The
prophet was a different one, so she basically said, I don't know how you did it, but you killed one and then somebody else came in.
But then you see, like, he's getting like aroused almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she's like, getting closer and closer to figuring it out.
Go on.
Yeah.
So she finds the
and then
the door to the fourth level of hell at this point.
Or she descends into hell. Yeah.
Yes. Unprompted, and finds
the dead body of the first prophet.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
but then has
the other prophets.
Yeah, and then weaves through all those weird, like...
like, it looked like Nordic...
Yeah, like prayer sites.
Yeah, exactly.
Like...
a lot of circles and pointy things. And crosses
and books abound.
Yeah. It just to create the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Of her walking into what amounts of refrigerator full of women in cages.
Correct.
Yes.
That all have like purple noses. And...
Yep. They all look like the prophet at this point.
Because
he's kept them down there. But has he?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah.
But, so the one true religion is control.
Yeah.
And then he goes back through everything and says, you know, you're here because you're here. I didn't make, you know?
Well, and now that we're like going back over it too, is that did he anticipate that the elder would knock on the door? Because that's what pulls them up the stairs so that he can switch out the body. Remember?
Oh, right. Yes.
So, which might be why he targeted like LDS people, was that knowing like if they went missing for a while, somebody would come check on them. So he had a distraction to pull them up.
Right, because he went back around and
or went through
the variable was the matches, right? And then he didn't want to kill Emo though. I think he just knew Emo was smarter than him.
Well, I think
we say Emo because one of the characters was dressed in all black with black hair.
Yeah.
And then the other, like Wednesday Addams, literally, and then the other one was like Snow White.
Right. Which, I mean, that plays a part into it, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the first thing I noticed when they were walking up the stairs at the beginning.
I think he knew he was going to kill one of them.
I think so too.
To continue the, because I mean, he does the whole NPC thing just to like try and throw her off, and when she doesn't buy it, he's like, good.
He's testing her.
Yeah.
But without he's having her prove his hypothesis, because they even mention hypothesis versus theory.
Right.
But
again, I mean, it goes back to the doors. Remember, because she was willing to do disbelief just to get out of there, but he knows. But again, Emo sister was the one who was. I mean, no matter what was in her arm or what her past was, she was devout. So he kills the devout one because that's the one he's never going to be able to convince.
I was almost looking at it the other way, but that makes more sense now that you think that she went down the believe.
Well, and that's what they're doing. It's like they're trying to make her seem like, she's the one that could have been.
She's the outsider from Philadelphia who was married into this and.
Right. Yeah. And then.
Actually knew life outside where the other sister was
born into it. Yeah. So someone who chose that life versus somebody who's known nothing else.
Right.
So the person who knows nothing else is going to be the easiest one to create doubt with.
Right.
And that's the one that you could convince and then lock up in it.
When it happened, I went, oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah.
But then it made way more sense.
Yeah, at the very end.
And 20 minutes or half an hour later or whatever the fuck it was. Because it was amazing.
It was 5 days, Brock.
Felt like it.
We were in there for a week.
It was good. Like, this is what, Conclave and now this?
Yeah.
Keep it up, Hollywood.
Well,
A24.
Yeah.
God, I hope the owner, head, founder of that doesn't like to touch little boys.
They're doing...
Looking at you, Harvey.
Or jerk off into plants while people watch. But
happened to Miramax.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, you're right. Well, and it is one of those things. Like, I think of, I'm just now running through in my head like those old, like the '90s independent movies where you just had like 3 actors, like Shallow Grave.
Yes.
Where it was like there wasn't a whole lot of action, but it was like a lot of dialogue,
right,
pulling you this way and that way, and then. But when you get to the resolution, you're like, oh, yeah, like...
Perfect.
Again, like, nothing was outlandish where you're like, oh, like, okay, now I've lost track.
Reservoir Dogs did that, too.
Right,
it was the 3 guys... I mean, it was basically Harvey Keitel, what's-his-face, dying, and...
Yeah, Tim Roth.
And
Michael Madsen and
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
And that's the movie, is them in that place.
Right.
With, like...
With the cutscenes and
it brings you here, but it was just those 4 guys for 80% of the movie.
Yeah,
talking,
and then like Chris Penn shows up in the last like
exactly. when he's like,
the fuck is going on here?
It's him.
That's right. Yeah, he just shows up and resolves the whole thing.
He walked in,
and
he was
then
like,
dies.
He's like, it's him. He was the only one I wasn't sure about.
Pop, 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 pop.
Everyone's dead. But yes, I like these. And Robert, yes.
That's it. Where I mean, like
Robert Eggers is about.
A24 is really good. I mean, same with Longlegs. It was maybe 4 or 5 actors. Like
so, it was the
FBI
sheriff,
girl. Yeah.
People coming in and out, but it was her.
Blair Underwood.
Yep. And then her
mom and Nick Cage.
Yes. There was one other one I thought. No, it was her mom that I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
that was it.
And then there's like smaller actors, but the main cast, it's not like
here
20 people.
No,
it's
like here. You're not switching back and forth between things. It's like okay.
Yeah.
Conclave even did that. There were very few scenes without Firth.
No, Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
Firth.
You're thinking Penguin.
Oh yeah. Okay. He was in pretty much every single.
Right, yeah.
Shot because the movie was following him around all this stuff.
Yeah. Now that one was a play before it was a movie, but
was it?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
It was in the credits. It was like but I think the playwriter is the screenwriter. Yeah.
Wow, man, my mind is blown.
Yeah. But I'm like we said with Conclave, like I love movies like that are like nice, tight, intense kind of things, and that. The following segment has been brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. The Nerlin Nerds podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion, marketing by Brock Ryder, graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion, music by the Heisenberg Compensators.